Hey, this is Jody Parks with the Parks Free Flowing Waterproofing System. I want to talk to you a little bit about compaction and drainage. I've actually met with several engineers about my system, and they all agreed that they do not believe that this system can be designed any better. The biggest problem with what we call hydrostatic pressure, and what that is that's when the soil, the water is actually being absorbed into the soil that is against the foundation wall, and it's like a sponge. It gets really heavy, and it actually puts a tremendous amount of pressure against the foundation wall. And what a lot of people don't realize is if they backfill this right here without compacting this soil, then they're actually creating hydrostatic pressure against the foundation walls. And if you'll look into the North Carolina building codes, that is actually a violation of building codes, because the reinforcement charts on the foundation walls actually have a footnote at the very bottom of the page that says that those engineered charts are based on zero hydrostatic pressure. So when dirt is actually dumped into this hole, what a lot of builders don't realize is that they're actually in violation of the North Carolina building code when they do this. In order to eliminate the problem of hydrostatic pressure, what is actually supposed to be done is actually whenever the waterproofing membrane is put on, the French drain, the gravel, and then the filter cloth, what is supposed to be done is actually this soil is supposed to be backfilled in 8-inch lifts, and then as they put in 8 inches, they compact it with a jumping jack or with their feet. Then they put in another layer, and they keep going to the top, compacting it layer and layer at a time until they get it all the way to the top. However, the only problem with this is that with all of this soil being compacted, groundwater, which is traveling, constantly flowing underground, actually gets trapped in here, and it actually works its way towards the wall, and it can never get to the French drain. I actually had an engineer to confirm that very thing. He also agreed that compaction eliminates drainage. With my system, we can have compaction. We can use jumping jacks. We can use foot compaction, and we actually put the soil in layers and compact it the way it's supposed to be done, all the way up, to eliminate settlement, to eliminate hydrostatic pressure, and to eliminate settlement causing actually gutter lines being pulled away, and several other things like that. The ground is compacted, and you still have your free-flowing drainage that allows water to exit the structure. Now, this idea has actually been around for many years. What has been done some in the past, and even engineers actually call for this on some retaining walls. What they'll do is that they'll actually backfill the entire hole with free-flowing gravel, and that eliminates 100% of the issue. However, if this entire hole was filled with free-flowing gravel, then a lot of water could get trapped back here and actually never exit the structure. And also, it would cost on the average foundation probably $4,000 to $5,000 just in gravel to do all of this. And with my system, what this actually does is it funnels the typical drain line is 4 inches wide, and so the typical system that I put in is 4 inches wide. And what happens is that funnels the water directly to the 4-inch drain, and it actually exits more water than backfilling the entire overdig with free-flowing gravel. And that's what makes this system so cost-effective. The average foundation, you're looking at about $800 in labor to install this system. And it is a very effective system. Engineers love it. Architects love it. Builders love it. All of my current builders that I'm doing it for right now are doing it on all of their homes from here on out, because they're seeing the difference. They're actually seeing that their basements are staying dry even during the construction process with no gutters and no downspouts.